Hello, this is Brother Ron. Today's letter comes to us from MB, who writes, Dear Brother Ron, would you participate in a book burning dictated by your church? If so, would you read each one first, or would you trust your fellow man to decide for you? Well, dear MB, we're told by the churches that God gave us free will to choose how we live our life. The Declaration of Independence says that all men have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The implication is that we have the right to decide for ourselves our definition of happiness and how we pursue it. The First Amendment to the Constitution guarantees freedom of speech. There seems to be a general consensus here. I am personally opposed to any group who thinks they have the right to make decisions for me that God and the government think that I'm smart enough to make for myself. I am insulted by those who think that I need them to do my thinking for me. Besides, I find that many of these groups do not have a sound basis for their opposition to certain books. For example, there have been at least 2 instances of churches here in the United States burning the Harry Potter books. At various times, there have been burnings of the Bible, the Quran, and other religious literature. In the 1930s, the Nazis had a list of over 4,000 books that needed to be burned. It would appear that book burning is the national pastime of those who don't want people to think. Thinking is only dangerous if you believe that intelligent thought will lead people to reject the lies you are trying to feed them. Now, personally, I have read Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler. It showed me why we had to defeat the Nazis in World War II. I have read the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx. It showed me why I would never be a communist. I have read the literature of much of the other religious community, including the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, and many other works. As a child, I studied Greek mythology. They all led me to follow the teachings of Jesus. Contrary to what many might think, using your brain is not a bad thing. So, in answer to your question, I would never participate in a book burning, no matter who was sponsoring it. I really don't trust groups that like to burn things. One inquisition was quite enough. Thank you for joining us.